ponytail. That fell. Okay. The ponytail. That fell. But tis is what tis is. Yeah. Okay. Cutesy. Cutesy mama. Oh, oh, the camera is backwards today. We're gonna have to flip that around. Like that. Mm. Let me see. Mm. Mm. How do you even fix it in the settings? Now, 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 now I can't even fix it in the settings. I thought I could. Thought I could fix it. It's not letting me. It's not letting me fix it. It's not letting me fix it, y'all. Oh no. I thought it was finna let me fix it, but it's not letting me fix it. How do I do that? Girl, and I can't even do it. I haven't used this damn MacBook in so long. Now I don't even know what I'm doing no more. That's crazy. So when I go like this, it's over here. But when I go like this, it's over here. And it's backwards. The camera is back. It's not, it's like, oh, it's like driving. This my right hand, but it looked like my left. It's crazy. I needed to go the other way around. But anyway, whatever. Whatever. Clearly, I have not used this MacBook long enough or in such a long time that I clearly just don't know what I'm doing. Okay. So it is what it is. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, right? All the things. Welcome. What are we talking about tonight, y'all? Really? What are we talking about tonight? Ooh. And this is right on time. This is right on time. $1 billion just hit your account. What you doing first? $1 billion just hit your account. What you doing first? Shit. A billy. I don't know. That's a good question. $1 billion just hit your account. What's the first thing I'm finna do? First thing, I ain't telling nobody shit. Okay, $1 billion hit my motherfucking account. Y'all not gonna hear from me for a little minute. It's gonna be some signs. It's gonna be some signs. It's gonna be some clear signs. But y'all not gonna hear from me for a little minute because I'm gonna have to go to the bank. I'm gonna have to make sure. I'm gonna have to make sure everything good, so the check clear. I'm gonna have to take care of some things. I'm gonna have to move some money around, pay off some debts. Student loans, pay off that if that ain't been paid off already. By a sub. Like I'm gonna have to. Like if $1 billion just hit me, like if a motherfucker just sent me $1 billion right now, what would I do? I'm not gonna lie, y'all might not see it. It's like no, it's like no, it's like no, it's like no, it's like no. Y'all might see me, but you might see me sparingly, baby. You might see me sparingly. You're gonna have to catch me when you catch me. If I had $1 million, $1 billion right now, y'all gonna have to just catch me when you catch me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be the most untouchable, unreachable ass bitch. Like I swear to God, I'm gonna be acting so different. I'm gonna be acting so different. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you changed up." Yes, yes, yes. If I had $1 billion right now, it would be so on and popping. Like I'll buy myself a house. I'll buy myself a couple houses. Buy myself a big plantation, a big estate. It has to be a plantation though. It absolutely has to be a plantation. If I become a billionaire, millionaire, trillionaire, or when I should say, because millions on the way, billions on the way, trillions on the way. When I become a billionaire, I'm paying off debt if it ain't already been paid off yet. Only mine though, so don't ask me for shit. That go for family and friends. Don't be asking me for nothing. And I'm gonna buy myself a house. I'm gonna buy myself a couple houses. But like I said, it has to be a plantation. Yep. And like I'm gonna go through the records. I'm gonna go through all of the historical records and stuff like that because stuff like that is actually easy to find. If you live in the South, if you live in a Southern state, it's very easy to find. If you go through your public records, you can go through like the National Archive, the state archives. There are already records and documents on your state of like all the different type of places where slave plantations actually were. Like I was actually looking at this shit very recently too. Maryland, people like to think, or I used to think myself, that Maryland, this was before I got my history degree, obviously, but I used to think myself that Maryland didn't have slaves because it was too close to the north, or that's how they would try to like frame it in school, that like it wasn't that many slaves up here as compared to like South Carolina or all of that other type of stuff because it was so close to the north, so close to the line of freedom, so such and such and such and such. That shit is not fucking true. That shit is not fucking true. And actually, it wasn't too many of them. Like in Baltimore City, where I'm from, in Baltimore, there were like less than 700 slave plantations in the city of Baltimore. Less than 700. Now, 700 still is a lot, but comparing that to Prince George's County, for example, where they had more than 12,000 slave plantations, you know what I'm saying? And Maryland, you got to think about it. Like, yeah, certain things have changed from like a geography kind of perspective. Like, people don't necessarily own acres and acres and acres of land no more. But you got to think about how small of a state Maryland already is. You know what I'm saying? So for Maryland to be such a small state, like on a map, compare the size of Maryland to the size of California or the size of Texas or the size of, you know what I'm saying, like Kansas. Like Maryland is such a small state. And for us to be such a small state, but still have, collectively speaking, numerous, and like more than 30,000 actual like slave plantations. And PG County has like the most of them at like 12,000 and some change. That's a lot. That is a lot. That's a lot for such a small state. And now, the thing that makes it difficult is the historical archives will have all of the details, as much details as possible, from like US censuses and stuff like that about where all of these slave plantations were. But most of them don't exist anymore because, again, white people love to whitewash they shit. They love to do a bunch of shit and then be like, oops, the building burnt down. We deleted it. No, it didn't happen, but it did, bitch. It did. So most of the historical sites that are in, let's say, for example, Prince George's County, because y'all know I'm always doing some research on some shit. Over 12,000 slave plantations were in Prince George's County alone. Prince George's County is small as shit because, again, the state of Maryland is small as fuck. So for this to be such a small ass state, but you have over 12,000 slave plantations concentrated to this one area of Prince George's County alone, that's a small ass county. That's a lot of slaves and slavery and a bunch of fucked up shit. And they had all of these different plantations, but like more than half of them, like 75, 80%, 90%, you might as well say like 90, 80% of them don't exist anymore because the property still exists, the land still exists, but the house is no longer there. Right? The field is just a bunch of grass. Anybody driving through Prince George's County and you see a big field with a bunch of grass and a bunch of horses and shit, that's probably a fucking former slave plantation. And it's just no building on it or no property on it for you to connect the fucking dots. You just think you in the boonies with a bunch of trees and a bunch of land. No, those was fucking slave plantations. So like you can find the ones that still exist or whatever. Most of them have been turned, like all of the famous ones. And that's where it's like I get so cringe when it comes to actual like African history and like slavery and like the connection to this shit as a dom. It's so fucking cringe to me to think that like all of the popular slave plantations became museums. Like you literally, and we treat these things in Maryland as historical archives. Like these things have to be this, and they don't word it like, oh, this was a slave plantation. They word it like, oh my God, this was an 18th century Victorian home, and we have this marked as a historical, landmark because of the look at the architecture of the building and the craftsmanship. This house was built by this man and this time frame and all of these things, and we need to preserve this land as a historical site because of the legacy of it. Bitch, the legacy was fucking slavery. Nobody gives a fuck about the way the building was built. That white man did not build that fucking building. Slaves did. You trying to preserve the shit for white people, or you trying to preserve the shit for something else? Because you gave all of these white people all of these tax credits. You gave all of these white people all of this land and all of this property for them to build slave plantations. Maryland was the crop, the crops that they was growing down here was corn and tobacco. That's why everybody in Baltimore like smoking backwoods and blunts and shit, because their ancestors was picking fucking tobacco on a slave plantation in Maryland. All of this shit, that type of shit really grinds my gears, how people try to whitewash history and try to like make it like frame it in this like antebellum, everything was good, this is like the ideal period of life, like this is some cottage core dream type shit. No, these are fucking slave plantations that y'all are glorifying and making into museums so that you can profit off of slavery, because that's what you're doing. Oh my God, come into this house that used to be a fucking slave plantation and give us like $20 and we'll walk you around and show you all of the furniture that used to be here from when your ancestors was here, because some of you have the same last names as the slaves that used to be on these plantations, coincidentally. Yeah, give us $20 and we'll show you where your ancestors used to pick fucking tobacco and get their asses beat the fuck up all the time. This is such a historical moment, such a great thing, right? That we're preserving this part of history, this antebellum part of history. No, bitch, stop doing that shit. So me, if I had $1 billion today, the first thing I would do outside of paying off all of my debts and disappearing is buying a slave plantation. One of many. I feel like I would do more than one, but one of many. Fuck restoring the bitch to historical, all of that other shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that, because when you rich enough, you could probably buy historical properties and pay somebody off to say, yeah, I'm not doing none of that fuck fugazi shit that y'all talking about with not being able to decorate the place how I want to because I need to make it historically accurate. If I wanted to make it historically accurate, then that mean let me bring some slaves into this motherfucker. Hmm? Let's 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 preserve the historical accuracy of the property, right? Let's get some motherfuckers out here on the land. Which you said, you know what I'm saying? So I would do that. I would do that. That would be the first thing I would do. What I would do on that property, I can't tell you on the internet, but it would be historically accurate. It would be as historically accurate as possible, following the confines of today's laws and regulations around adult consent. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. So I just feel as though that tweet, even though it was kind of random, nothing truly is random when it comes to manifestation. Nothing truly is random. So it's not a coinky dink that tweet hit my, TL asking me what would I do if I had $1 billion right now in my account. Now I prompt you to do the same thing, right? Because one thing that you guys always talk about, one thing that y'all always say that you guys are struggling with and you need to do better with and all of that is always consistency. Actually showing up online, actually making content, actually having the energy to do something, and execute what you're trying to execute as a dom. Whether it be working on your night flirt profile or working on your website or being more consistent with actually going on night flirt and being available to take calls or creating content or editing content. Being consistent is always an issue with my students, with DOMs, and then just generally speaking, because building a business is hard. A lot of people come into this thinking that financial domination is going to be easy, it's going to be quick cash, this, that, and a third, and they get disappointed really when reality hits that the shit is not, puppies and rainbows all the fucking time. Like, yes, you do have the ability to make a lot of money in financial domination. You do have the ability to make a lot of money very quickly in financial domination, but it does not come without effort and it does not come without consistency. So, consistency is the biggest thing that I really see and hear people struggling with. And the reality is, the minute you fix your inconsistency, the minute you start actually showing up, the minute you are, consistent about putting the work in, consistent about going live, consistent about whatever it is in your calendar that you know for a fact that you need to be doing, um, the minute you become consistent with that shit, you will never be broke again. Right? So instead of worrying about the XYZ, like, oh, instead of making content, I gotta go do X, I gotta do this, I gotta cook dinner, I gotta, if you in school, do homework, if you're a mom, take care of the kids. And I'm not saying neglect those things, don't take care of yourself, hustle culture, grind, 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 grind. No. But at that same time, if you know that you're committed to this, or you're trying to commit to this, you're trying to put that work in, that effort in to see, like, is this really going to be for me? Can I really make some money in this? Can I really do this? Or I feel really passionate about this. Is this going to be really truly what's right for me? The minute you still, like, the minute you stop letting those excuses, you stop letting those fears, you stop letting all of this external bullshit kind of like distract you from showing up, keep you from showing up, keep you in that lazy type of energy, like, yeah, I could, I could make some content today, but I just don't feel like it. Like, I'm on my period, like I'm cramping, or my hair ain't perfect, or I'm just not in a good mood. The minute you shift yourself away from making excuses and you find a way to make it happen anyway, you will be successful in the long run. Right? Because if you don't feel like making content, you don't feel like getting up, you don't feel like being on camera, that's fine. You can make foot fetish content. You don't even have to be on camera. You can make ignore content where you literally just set the camera up and don't talk to the camera at all and do some other shit. Like, you can make an ignore video where you got the camera right here and then you just sitting in the bed looking cute and a cute outfit and you just watching TV, smoking, eating, doing whatever you want, like watching TV, laughing, all of that, scrolling your phone, literally scrolling your phone, scrolling your little iPad while the camera right there recording you. And you can, with the right marketing tactics and the right camera angles and the right creativity, you can make that into an ignore clip and then sell it. Right? So instead of, again, allowing yourself to be lazy, allowing yourself to talk yourself out of showing up, oh, I don't feel like doing it, I don't feel like being on the camera, I don't feel, stop making excuses and you show up at minimum with the ignore clip. You're still being consistent with your content, you're still showing up, you know what I'm saying? It still gets sold, you're still making money. It's really the excuses, and it's really our fear that really make us as consistent. It's not that it's hard. Well, it is hard work, but again, when you are consistent, that work, the hard stuff becomes easier and easier and easier because you already have the money coming in. There's no greater incentive than filming clips when you're already making money off of clips. There's no greater incentive than going live when you go live and you get tributes, or you're making sales when you go live. But if you're no, you know what I'm saying, if you're not consistent enough with actually putting that work in and doing it, there's not going to be an incentive. So you are going to feel like, oh, well, I make clips all the time and they don't never sell. And it's not that you make clips all the time. You make clips sparingly and you don't promote them. So when you do finally make a clip, you feel burnt the fuck out and tired and unappreciated because your subs are not just, oh my gosh, she made a new clip, let me go buy it, because you rarely show up. This the first clip that you done fucking posted. This the first time that you done fucking posted in 6 months. No fucking shit, they didn't buy the fucking clip as soon as you posted it. You haven't said anything online in 6 months. People probably not even looking for you on a timeline no more because you are inconsistent. Whereas though if you're showing up every day, you pushing out a clip every day, they're gonna see you because you're more relevant. You're on that timeline. You're right in front of them. You're pushing out clips every day versus the chick that only show up every 6 months and then be crying, talking about, oh my God, financial domination is dry. It's oversaturated. You tweet every 3 weeks. You're not even online. You're not even commenting. You're not liking. You're not doing nothing but sitting on your ass. Or you think that a 9 to 5 is going to be the solution because you're looking for, again, fast cash. Yeah, that might be true. You got bills to pay. We all got bills to pay. But do you want the bills to get paid through the 9 to 5 or through this? Because the consistency that you're showing, you giving more consistency to your 9 to 5 than you giving to this. And this is what's supposed to help you quit your 9 to 5. So if anything, you need to be giving less consistency to your 9 to 5 and more consistency and energy to this. It's okay to have a 9 to 5 if you're, just starting in, like I said. And there's also times, and I've said before, where based on the connection that you have with your subs, they may have access to money that's not necessarily theirs. So in order to give you the money, you may have to go on payroll, technically speaking, in order to get the money because it's not his money to spend. He can spend the money on you if you're on payroll and it looks like, what I'm saying? It looked like a certain type of thing. That's how you get the money. That's fine if you have to do that. Plenty of people do that. If you smart, you would do it too. If you got a corporate sub, what I'm saying, and he the president, the vice president, the CEO of this $1 million company, and he could put you on payroll, bitch, you better take that shit. Come on now. But at that same time, you do not pour all of this effort, all of this energy into your 9 to 5. Your 9 to 5 should be a stepping stone. When you are an entrepreneur and you know that 9 to 5 hustle, that lifestyle, that living in a matrix, that, oh my God, it's 5 o'clock. Now I gotta eat dinner, watch TV, go to bed, wake up the next day, go to work, work all day, eat dinner, go work up the next day, like that monotonous ass lifestyle. You want to live on that hamster wheel, then all means to you. But if you know that that's not the lifestyle for you, and that's why you're coming to financial domination, so that you can get out of that lifestyle, live a different lifestyle, live a luxury lifestyle. Because yes, it's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5, but unless you're making 6 figures at that 9 to 5, you're not going to be able to live the luxury lifestyle that you deserve as a woman, period. It's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5, temporarily, full time, doing this and that, whatever. But unless you are making 6 figures at that 9 to 5, one 9 to 5, not you working multiple jobs and all this other shit, unless that one job is paying you 6 figures, you will never be able to live the luxury lifestyle that you deserve, or that you could have making money as a financial dominatrix. Ain't no 9 to 5 going to replace you getting $1,000 in a day. You know what I'm saying? Like, in order for you to work a 9 to 5 and get $1,000 a day before taxes, because Uncle Sam gonna always want to take his cut of your 9 to 5 check before you even see that motherfucker. That's not the case for financial domination. Yes, we still have to pay taxes, but you get your money up the fuck front, okay? And you worry about the taxes later, okay? In order for you to get $1,000 in a day working a 9 to 5, $1,000 in a day is easy as fuck to get as a dom when you are fucking consistent. And if it hasn't happened for you, you need to be fucking honest with yourself. You are not consistent enough. You making fucking excuses. You being fucking lazy. You ain't showing up. You might have tried to put the work in, but bitch, did you really? No. You should be going harder. But in order for you to make $1,000 a day as a dom, that is very possible. In order for you to do that as a 9 to 5, the typical 9 to 5, that's 8 hours. You would have to get paid $125 an hour in order to make what doms make in a day, and sometimes less than 30 fucking seconds. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, you can make $1,000 off of a sub doing like a wallet drain where he sends you 100, but it's also subs that'll send you $1,000 one time. Like, and then within minutes, within seconds, within a click of a fucking Cash App, you now have $1,000 in less than 30 seconds of your effort or your labor. It would take somebody at a 9 to 5, 8 hours to do what you just did in 30 seconds. And they would have to have a job, a 9 to 5, in this current economy that pays $125 an hour. Where they at? Where are those jobs at on Indeed? They not. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna make that. In financial domination, you can make $1,000 in 30 seconds, $1,000 in an hour, less than an hour, right? It's people that work for 2 weeks straight to get $1,000, but you just made it in an hour as a financial dominatrix. Yeah, it's no wonder why people want to do what we want to do or do what we do all the time, because they see the money, they see the glitz, they see the glam, and it is very possible. It is. $1,000 as a dom is easy. That's light work. That's light work. That's light work. It really truly is. It's light work. You should be making at minimum, and I'm not even finna say $1,000 a month. You should be able to make $1,000 in a week. Really, really. If you're really being consistent, right? You're really being consistent. You got like streams of income set up, So, and I'm not talking about, oh, I'm always on the internet. I'm always on Twitter. I'm always scrolling my phone. I'm always posting. No. Sometimes being consistent is, those little tactics. I talk about those shits all the time. Those little tactics where you can make clips. You can set up your email marketing and have that shit auto posted. No, I ain't getting naked. YouTube, calm down. I'm wearing clothes. But and you can have that shit like auto posted and stuff. So whereas though it looks like you're active, it looks like you're present, but you know what I'm saying, you're not. It's something that you already put together. The last time I was on here on live with y'all, I was setting up email marketing for the next 90 days. So for the next 90 days, 5,000 of my fucking members in the AfroDomme Network are going to receive an email from me that I wrote yesterday. Or because today's Monday, so I wrote it over the weekend. Which means now, tomorrow, the next day, the day after that, November, December, y'all are going to be receiving emails from me that I did not write that same day. I wrote it this weekend in August. But from a marketing perspective, it's still going to help me drive sales. It's still going to help me get the desired business results that I want, because it's a certain level of consistency that you as the user will now see from me and attract you to whatever the fuck I'm talking about in that email. You can do the same thing with your subs, and you need to be doing the same thing with your subs. You need to be doing the same thing with your content. And it's not hard to do. You're just being lazy, because you can make a content calendar. It don't take but an hour or two to go ahead and plan out 30 days worth of content. Shit, you can even batch the fucking content, right? You can even batch the fucking content where when I'm in the mood to film, I'll have multiple outfits, right? Outfit number 1, film a clip in this one, take that off. Outfit number 2, film a clip in this one, put a different necklace on, put some earrings on, put my hair up, film a different clip. You know what I'm saying? All in 1 hour span, all in 2 hour spans. 60 minutes, right? Bust out 4 clips in 60 minutes. Just sitting there changing your outfits, changing your hair, changing your accessories so that the video to your subs look different. They don't look the same. But it's the same 1 hour worth of, content that you got on your iPhone. And now all you need to do is take another hour or two and splice it up. Okay, this was video number 1. I'm gonna make that about smoking. This was video number 2 after I changed out of the outfit and put this one on. So I'm gonna make that one about my feet. This was video number 3 when I had took all of those off and I had changed up my hair. I'm gonna make that one about humiliation. And now, boom, 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 you got out of 1 hour, 2 hours of your time, you got 4 new clips already edited, posted, ready to go. It's not that hard. Like it's not that hard when you are organized. It's not that hard when you're not being lazy. It's not that hard when you're not making excuses. When you start letting that lazy feeling kick in, you need to do the exact opposite. The lazy version of you, there's a part of you in your head that's like, I should go, I should go, I should go do some Skype sessions today. I should go say something online about, doing Skype sessions today, and yeah, going live on loyal fans, or turning on my little night flirt. Let me go ahead and do that. If you allow yourself to convince yourself seconds later, oh yeah, no, I don't need to do that right now. Like, you know what? I said that, but I don't really even feel like being on the phone. Like, I don't even feel like doing shit. Like, but then 20 minutes later, an hour go by, 2 hours go by, and now it's 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, and you up in the middle of the night talking about, damn, I ain't made no clip sales. Damn, ain't nobody. I ain't got no tributes. My engagement is just dry. Now you stressed because you knew that you needed to do something. You felt the need to go ahead and let me go ahead and just do the work. Let me go ahead and go live. Let me go ahead and XYZ. But you talked yourself out of it. So now that you talked yourself out of it, now you laying in the bed in the middle of the night all stressed the fuck out because you still ain't made no tribute today. Your ass would have made a tribute if you got the fuck up and went on loyal fans. And how do you know? How do you know? Because sometimes your biggest op is yourself. Sometimes your biggest op in this industry is not going to be another bitch. It's not going to be another bitch poaching subs from you. It's not going to be another bitch copying your fucking tweets. It's not going to be time wasters and subs. Your biggest op will be you. Really, you standing in your own way. So it's like, how do you know? Right? That you know what I'm saying? If you talking yourself out of it, you told yourself you was gonna go on loyal fans after doing XYZ, or you was gonna do this, that, and the third after doing XYZ, then you talked yourself out of it. How do you know that that minute that you went on loyal fans, that minute that you went live, that it wasn't a sub waiting for you to pop up and they sent you some money? How do you know that that was gonna happen or not? How do you know that the minute that you said you were gonna film a clip, how long the minute you said you were going to film a clip and you convinced yourself not to do it because your other clips aren't selling, da 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 da. How do you know that clip that that idea that you had in your head, how do you know that that particular clip was going to sell or not? Right? You could have posted that clip and now attracted a sub based on the content, based on the angle, whatever, that now is buying that clip and like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more clips from you. And now they done bought a custom from you. And now they got this and that going on. How do you know that that was going to happen or not? You don't, because you didn't fucking do it. You get what I'm saying? You don't know whether it was going to happen or not because you didn't fucking do it. Now, it's one thing if you make an effort, you show up every day, you put the work in, you're investing your time into learning, into building, into growing, and the money don't come in immediately. Because again, it will come, but not on your timing. It's not going to come on your timing. The universe does not operate on your timing. It's going to operate on their timing. So it might not happen today, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't show up tomorrow again. And it doesn't mean that that one chance that you had, that one opportunity that you had, isn't going to benefit you in the long run. Because it's clips that I've made in 2022, 2017. You know what I'm saying? Clips that I've made in 2019 that sat on I Want clips for months, years, and just got sold in 2024. Did that stop me from making clips from 2019 to 2024? No, I still made clips. I still posted clips. I still showed up even though other ones wasn't selling, or this one was selling and that one wasn't. because it's clips that's from 2019 that's getting sold right now in 2024 for the first time. But if I had allowed myself in 2019 to be like, oh, well, this clip not really selling or whatever, like, let me delete it or let me just stop selling clips altogether, I wouldn't have made no money off the selling clips. You know what I'm saying? So you have to still be consistent. You have to still show up. You have to still put the work in, and you have to move with a certain level of conviction. Um, and while some people say that doing that is hard, it's like it's not at the same time, because if you think about it from this level or this angle, if you were already making the money that you wanted to make off of those clips, wouldn't you still be making clips? Right? If you wanted to make $15,000 a month in financial domination and you were actively making $15,000 a month right now, wouldn't you still be popping up and going live and showing up and making clips and being active, right? Because if you already had that money, you would know without a shadow of a doubt, oh, I'm already making $15,000 a month. So this little lull moment that I have where I ain't made no tributes today, that ain't no problem because I'm still gonna walk away with $15,000 at the end of this month. You will be moving so fucking different. You would be moving so fucking different. You would not be stressing about retweets and engagement and likes and comments. You wouldn't be stressing about sales and subscriptions. You wouldn't be stressing about like how I'm gonna get this money because you will already be moving with the reality of I already have the money. I don't have to worry about is it gonna sell or am I gonna get a tribute or is he gonna send or am I gonna book a session because I already had $15,000 and I make $15,000 a month. So I'm already knowing that it's finna happen. It's finna happen because that's just what it is. When you move like that, your level of consistency is a little bit different because, again, now you have a motivator. Money is your motivator. You need to allow money to be your motivator and your success to be your motivator, even when it's not right in front of your face. So if your goal is $15,000 a month, again, which is easy, because you know how easy it is to make $1,000 as a dom. That's nothing. That's nothing. $1,000 in financial domination is the new $5 bill at this point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like $1,000 as a findom is the new $5 fucking bill. You can make so much money in this industry. So if you were moving like the type of person that makes $15,000 a month as a financial dominatrix, would you still be inconsistent? Would you still be making excuses? Would you still be struggling to remember to show up and remember to edit clips and remember to follow through? No, you would not. You need to still move like you got that money. You need to start moving like whatever goal you set, because it might not be $15,000 for some. If you haven't even made 1,000, $15,000 might seem like a scary goal to set. It is possible though. But you know what I'm saying? If you start moving as if you already know, whether in the 3D in front of you, you have it in your hand or not, if you start moving as if it's coming to you, there's no shadow of a doubt. There's nothing that's going to stop that $15,000 from coming to me this month. You know what I'm saying? Even if I don't make a sale today, I will still make $15,000 at the end of this by the end of this month because that's just what it is. That's how I get down. That's what I'm able to manifest. I'm a magnet for money. I'm a magnet for success. I'm a magnet for wealth. And no matter how it happens, no matter how it manifests, I'm still going to end this month with $15,000. If you start the month like that and you end the month like that, you will make some type of profit. You will see what you're looking for. And the moment you start seeing that money coming in, the moment you start getting those confirmations, you now need to go harder. You need to go harder, right? So you say at the first of the month, let's say for September, my goal as I'm speaking as you. My goal for September of 2024 is to make $15,000 as a financial dominatrix. I'm speaking as you, by the way. I believe that I am worthy and deserving of $15,000 per month as a financial dominatrix. And from now on, I am going to stop letting myself convince myself to not be consistent. I am going to stop making excuses. I'm going to stop being lazy, and I'm going to put the work in and show up so that I can continue manifesting $15,000 a month as a financial dominatrix. This is a goal that I believe that I'm worthy of achieving and capable of achieving. And now I'm going to show up every single day in September in many different ways as a creative, but I'm still going to show up every single day in September knowing, knowing, with the knowing that I am attracting money, I am attracting wealth, and at the end of it, I'm going to be walking away with $15,000. Now, once that money starts moving in and you start to see the clip sales coming in, you start to see the tributes coming in, you see all of the time wasters have left you alone, and now you actually get into subs that want to book sessions and book Skype sessions or book real time sessions or do this or do that, whatever. You start to see that money coming in. Now you need to go even harder. Okay, I said I was going to make $15,000 and I'm going to make $15,000 by the end of September of 2024. I know that I can make $15,000 by the end of September 24. And I've just started to see the universe, spirit, my ancestors confirming that this is right for me, that I'm on the right path because there's money coming my way. So now, whatever I'm doing, I need to go harder. If I was showing up once a day, now I need to do it twice and post twice a day. If I was showing up and posting twice a day, now I need to start posting 4 times a day. If I wasn't on Night Flirt, now I need to update my Night Flirt profile to make it a little bit more interesting so that I can attract new folks and I can be online and go online. Now I need to start going harder. Now I need to figure out how can I make my clips better? How can I make my photos better? How can I beef up what it is that I'm doing in my sessions so that my sessions go better with my subs so that I can get them to leave positive reviews on my Night Flirt so that boosts my profile? What can I do to, make the quality of my videos better? Is it a ring light? Is it a new phone? Is it a new camera? Do I need to invest some of the money that I've just made into a new set of lingerie or go get my hair or my nails done? What can I do to ramp this up? What can I do to go harder on this? Because I set this goal. My goal is $15,000 by the end of the month. I'm seeing this money coming in, and now I need to stay in this upbeat, excited energy. I don't need to start doubting myself or, oh, well, I said I was going to make $15,000, but now it's the 15th and I've only made, 2,000. No, just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going with that shadow with that faith. Keep going with that faith. Keep going with that faith. And instead of doubting yourself, go harder. And those moments where you feel like you want to give up, maybe you need some prayer. Maybe you need to go outside and be in the sun and get some vitamin D and do something to get your creative energy, juiced up or whatever. Write a book, take a class, whatever you need to do. But when it comes to being consistent and when it comes to really manifesting what it is that you want as a financial dominatrix, it is possible, but it's going to challenge you in a way that you may not have been challenged before. Entrepreneurship is not easy. Running a business by yourself is not easy, especially in this industry. It's like running a business is already hard. Now you added a whole nother layer of difficulty on it because you're in the adult industry, right? Think about all of the DOMs that you see around you that's manifesting the type of money that you want. Now, I used to talk about, and I still will, how sometimes, every DOM that you see on the internet, every DOM that you see on Twitter, every DOM that you see on no, fuck you. Every DOM that you see on the internet and doing shit may not be getting the money that you think that they are getting, right? Sometimes it may be fake. But Allow yourself to be delusional. That's what I said in that last video. Allow yourself to be delusional. What if it is real? It's not your business to determine whether that bitch got fake tributes or not, right? Just be happy for the hoe. Just be happy for the hoe, right? And allow yourself to, think, look at all of these other doms that are making money, making the money that you want, selling clips all the time, right? What are they doing? Like one thing I used to do, and honestly, I don't think I had seen her on my timeline in a while. I had cleaned up my Twitter profile to like remove a bunch of spam things, and I like unfollowed a bunch of people so that I could focus